Hello, my name is Liene and welcome back to my channel and welcome to April wrap-up. So let's talk about the books I read in April. In April, I did Magical Readathon, Orilium. It is the Readathon created by G at Brook Roast, and I'm gonna link the TBR video in the description box so you can check out and see how well did I do. But I'm gonna say that I did read all the required reads for my career path, so it was a success in that way. In April, I read 7 books. And let's just quickly talk about all of them. So first book I read was Lime is Bad by Louise Pastor, or Children of Lime. If you have seen my previous videos when I talk about this book, that I don't know how to translate this word, and turns out I don't even need to translate it because it is a surname. There is a meaning of the name, but it is a surname of a character, of the father of the characters that go on adventure in this one. And this book is based on a Latvian explorer, adventurer, I don't know how to name it, Alexander Slime. I don't know a lot of facts, but this book, based on description, it is based on some biographical facts and tales about his life. In this book we go on an adventure with the kids, and they go after their father to look for him. They're not supposed to do that, but they do it. They go together with an journalist who has come to their kind of home in the jungle. So yeah, it is an adventurous story, and I really enjoyed it. I really like how the book is, that there are pictures, there are let's find it, some notes. So I really enjoyed that part of the book also. So yeah, it was a really interesting and adventurous story, and I think this is a great read for kids also, because it actually is aimed for kids. And this book has received a prize, a book-related prize. I feel like it is a book-related prize here in Latvia. Then I read Beach Read by Emily Henry. I have the Latvian edition, so I read the translation. I did enjoy the story of this. This is a story about two authors who for the summer are living next to each other, and they went to college years ago together and was kind of rivals, not really, but now they live next to each other. They are both struggling a bit, so it is a story about them. And I did really like the story, the overall story of this book. It is a romance, but it also touches more serious stuff, from their pasts. So yeah, it was really great. I liked it. But what I struggled with in this case was the translation. We all know that this originally is in English, and I know English pretty well, I would say. So I know there were some awkward phrases, awkward translations, or weird uses of words that I know, I can imagine how it is in English. And yeah, not the best translation wise, but I feel like that might be because I know English well, and I can figure out from what it has been translated. But yeah, I wish I marked the places where are those weird things, because now I can't find them because I don't know where they are. But there were multiple times where I was rolling my eyes because of the translation. But I feel like maybe I will reread it just to mark those places. But yeah, overall I did really enjoy this one. This was my first Emily Henry book, and then we'll definitely read more by this author. I have People We Meet on Vacations. That is also a translation to Latvian. And then I have Book Lovers in English. So I will definitely read those two. The next one I read was an ebook, and it was A Game of Chance by Alexa Aston. And yeah, I don't know, it has quite high ratings on Goodreads, but I just found it boring. It is about a man who was arrested and run away because he is blamed of crimes he didn't do because he looks like the man who actually did those crimes. Like on the wanted poster is his face, but it's not him. So he goes and wants to find out who the man is and like not being killed for his crimes. And then we have a woman who is working in bordel. What is the word where like there are women who work as a sex workers basically, but it is set in like 18 something or 19 something, early 20th century. I don't remember because I didn't really enjoy this book, but basically the woman is working, she's the owner, kind of owner in that house, but we quickly find out that she's pretending to be her mother. She is pretending to be an owner because her mother, the actual owner, is very ill, and it is a romance between those two. They accidentally kind of get to meet each other and things evolve. But yeah, I found it really boring. There was almost like no action, nothing really happened. Like everything that happened was so like got resolved so easily without a lot of conflicts. I don't know, I expected more, like more clashes, because he is not a criminal, but he is running because he looks like the criminal, and because of that I expected there would be more like I don't know, more things happen because of that, like more danger, or he running, hiding, or some kind of a more action. But there was none, and I found it really boring. But because of the readathon, I had to finish it because I didn't have any other book for that prompt. So I did finish it, didn't enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. Then I read The Last Anniversary by Liene Reads. This is what, my third or fourth, I think, book by this author, and I have enjoyed most of them. This is kind of a family history thing because there is this family who lives on an island, and on that island there only that family lives, and no one is allowed to stay on that island during the night. Everyone who comes to visit the island has to leave, and the family also earns money on this mystery that is related to the island. There is this home where, like, about 70 or something years ago, a married couple disappeared, leaving a child behind, and no one knows what happened to them. And the family who owns the island is kind of earning money on that mystery because the child that has been left was brought up by the family and is still living on the island. And then we have a woman who really loves that mystery, and she years ago dated one of the relatives, one of the people from the island, and now she gets a message that one of the family members of her ex, old lady, has died and left her house to her. And she goes to live there, she meets the family, and things happen. And of course we figure out what is the mystery and what actually happened all those years ago. It was really interesting. We meet a lot of members from the family, and we see how they struggle and how their relationships are and things. And that was really interesting. I really liked it. So I'm definitely gonna read more Moriarty books. Then I have Angel Mage by Garth Nix. This is the book that took me the longest to read because I read a couple of books in between reading this one. This is a book set in a world where there are angels, like angel magic, and people can use the magic, but they have to have these objects, like specially made objects. I don't remember how they were called, but you have to have it, and you, by holding it, you ask the angel that the thingy is made for the power or for a thing for it to do, to use its magic. There are a lot of different angels, like lesser and more higher standing with more power, and each angel can do some specific things. Like I don't know, help you heal someone or just move with the wind some things or whatever. But it depends on how high in the hierarchy the angel is. But for using the magic, you're losing years or hours or minutes of your life, because that is the price you pay for angel magic. And how much you're losing depends on how powerful and in hierarchy, how high up is the angel. So I really found that interesting, that magic system. That is about the world that I found interesting. But the story kind of took me too long to read because I was struggling. We follow this woman who has awakened from 100 or something year old sleep. She's very powerful with the magic. And then there are 4 characters, 4 kids that she needs for her to do her thing. She's here to do something and she needs those kids to help her. But those kids don't know who she is and she kind of needs to hide. It is a journey of how she gets to those kids and gets to try and do the things she wants to do. I don't know what I really thought about the book. It wasn't anything like really spectacular, but as I already said, the magic, the angel thing was really interesting and I did enjoy that. Then I read Moriarty by Anthony Horowitz. This is a kind of sequel, but not really, to House of Silk by Anthony Horowitz. Kind of sequel is because this is the second book for this author that is relating to Sherlock Holmes world. And yeah, I was really kind of disappointed. It wasn't a bad book. There is this mystery that we are trying to figure out. But I expected it to be a Sherlock Holmes story, but we don't really need Sherlock Holmes in this one, because the thing that is said on this blurb here, it is Sherlock Holmes is dead and everything is covered with darkness. So actually we don't follow Sherlock Holmes because he's dead, but we follow this man from America, a detective, private detective kind of man, who is chasing after criminals who have come to London. And then there is the Scotland Yard detective who was sent to investigate the situation, what happened with Sherlock Holmes. So they meet and they figure out like things, they get clues from the dead body and they go on a journey to figure out what is happening and running after criminals. But yeah, I wanted the Sherlock Holmes story and that is not what I got. And that's why I'm disappointed in this book. But yeah, otherwise it was quite interesting. And I even predicted at one point what might be happening, who is behind all the things that are happening. And I was partially right, but not like all the way right. So yeah, that's that. And the last book I read was The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chakshi, and I really liked this one. In this one, we follow a married couple and the bride, the new wife. I don't know how long it is. Here, she's a bride, but they are married. So you are a wife after you get married. You are a bride, like until just on the day you're getting married, right? Then that's the moment where you are a bride. Then you are a wife before you are a fiancé. Oh, it doesn't really matter. So we have this couple, and the woman of the couple, she has some secrets in her past and she doesn't want her husband to know things, and she asks him not to look into it. Then one day they go back to her kind of childhood home and he does start figuring out some things about her past. And then we have another timeline, like a few years ago, when his wife was a teenager and had a really close friend and a bit of a weird relationship. Like they were really close and a bit of like obsessed with each other, and yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the like a bit of a spooky vibe of this book, and there is a house that was really interesting, like house that has some feelings. And yeah, I don't know, just the vibe, just the aura of everything in this book, I really did enjoy. It was quite dark, quite spooky and mysterious, and I loved that. The ending surprised me. I didn't expect the ending like it was, but I liked how it ended actually. I did like the book. I did really, really enjoy it. It was my favorite read from April, and yep. I don't know what else can I say. I just really like the vibe, and I don't want to say a lot of things about it. So this is it. This was the wrap up of the 7 books I read in April. I think this was quite quick right now at this moment after I have finished talking, and should be quite short video, I feel like. But here are all the books. Let's like turn them with the they are somewhere upside down, but doesn't matter. These are the books I read in April. And the ebook in the Kindle. I hate that like I can't put ebooks on. It doesn't count, but these are the books I read in April. So my favorite read was The Flower Bride, and then The Game of Chance, the ebook, was my least favorite one. But overall, it was really good reading month. I did enjoy most of the books, like almost all. I did enjoy, and it was a success, the readathon wise. So yeah, please let me know in the comments what is the last book you finished, and if you have read any of these, you can let me know your thoughts on these ones in the comments down below. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Bye.